hours, we're expecting opening statements in the George Zimmerman murder trial. It took 2 weeks to seat a jury, and it could take up to a month before a verdict is announced. Our John Thomas is live in Sanford, where there is already a very large media presence awaiting the start of today's proceedings. Good morning, John.
Yeah, Laura, you nailed it. Absolutely huge. You know, when we first got here this morning at about 4 o'clock, it was really kind of the calm before the storm. And if you look behind me here, you can see the courthouse. You can see how things are partitioned off. Not much happening in front of the courthouse right now, but if we just pan off to the side here, and Corey's going to do that right now, you can see what I call like the media farm or the media barn. You know, this case has grabbed attention of the public and media right across the country. Here's how things are going to break down today, play out in court. Now, Judge Deborah Nelson, she's going to thank the jury for their service, but she's also going to give them instructions, you know, guidelines on how they should proceed, what's expected of them, you know, listen, take notes if you have to, things like that. She's then going to explain under Florida law, George Zimmerman could shoot Trayvon Martin in self-defense if it was necessary to prevent death or great bodily harm. Then both the prosecution and the defense will have their opening statements spelling out their cases. You know, the state saying things like Trayvon was the victim because Zimmerman stalked him. The defense saying that's not the case. Trayvon was the aggressor. Now, one thing that's going to come up during this trial is that 911 call where you can hear yelling in the background. Now, Judge Nelson ruled over the weekend neither side could use their experts, their voice experts, who would claim the cries came from either George Zimmerman or Trayvon Martin. But the tape will be played. So I asked Tampa defense attorney Donald Harrison how he thought that might come across in court.
The jury's going to decide what to believe. And I suspect Mr. Martin's parent or friend is going to come in and say that was him. Mr. Zimmerman's parent or friend is going to come in and say that was him. And the jury's going to sit there and make their own decision and probably conclude, I can't tell what, this doesn't help me any, and we'll probably give it very little weight.
The big thing Harrison says that's going to happen is when George Zimmerman takes the stand. He said in a self-defense case, he has to take the stand because it's impossible to prove, or next to impossible to prove self-defense if he doesn't. The other thing that's going to happen, 8:15 this morning, Trayvon Martin's family, they're going to make a statement just before the court case gets going. In Sanford, John Thomas, ABC Action News, back to you.